Alright guys, Fula coming to you with another video. I hope y'all are doing well. I hope y'all are enjoying this weekend. I hope y'all are staying safe and just staying, doing the best things possible under the conditions we find ourselves in with this whole pandemic, you know. As it currently stands in LA, they're talking about a lockdown, but in reality, it's not really even a lockdown. It's just these leaders are capping just to save face. In essence, that's what they're doing. You know, there ain't no lockdown. You know, it's just a fraudulent thing that they throw around. You know, that they're really locking things down. They're not doing complete lockdowns like Africa. They're not doing that stuff. You know, they're really not. You know. And so I don't know how this pandemic is going to get controlled. They're talking about vaccines, but I'm not taking no vaccine. You know, that's for damn sure. But anyhow, let's talk about something that came across my Instagram page. What I'm about to say is in no means me trying to trigger Black America or I should say Africans who are of American nationality. Let's say that. Yeah, let's keep it like that. This is in no means a way to try to bash Africans of American nationality, okay? But in my humble opinion, Tariq Nasheed is canceled, okay? I don't follow his page on IG Live or Instagram, but from what I've seen, it just seems like he hates black immigrants, okay? It just seems like there's this animosity towards black immigrants. Be it they African, be it they Caribbean, whatever the case may be. And I take offense to this due to the fact that I'm a black immigrant. I've been here long, don't get it twisted, I've been here long enough, but I was still like sent here, you know what I mean? So what I'm trying to say is that, you know, with his stance and the way he's doing things, that you forget about unity. You know, that's the thing about me. I want what's best for all of us as a collective. And what I mean as a collective, I mean Afro-Latinos, I mean Continental Africans, I mean Afro-Caribbeans, I mean Africans with American nationality. I want what's best for us as a collective, okay? That's my personal view, okay? However, I understand that for us to get somewhere as a collective, we gotta clean up our own backyard. You know, that's the first thing. We gotta situate our own countries of origin in order to accommodate others, okay? That I understand that completely, all right? But for Tariq Nasheed to like have all this animosity for black immigrants, it's ridiculous, okay? In a couple of his lives in which some people have posted, he doesn't even say, hey, what's up with you? How are you doing? He doesn't even begin with that. What he begins with is, oh, where you from? With that nappy ass hair, woolly hair, and that big ass flat nose. Like things like that. That's how he literally starts his lives. Okay? And, you know, he's basically trying to get out of someone to say, okay, I'm a descendant of, or I'm a African, or I'm a Caribbean person. And that person may not even come across as rude, come across as like, you know, obnoxious, or come across as like just a just disingenuous. Like they come across as just, hey, I'm trying to get an understanding, you know, of what's going on with you. I'm trying to get an understanding of why is there this animosity that you have towards black immigrants. And the thing is it stems from this ADOS thing, okay? And I'm going to say something about ADOS, okay? People should I'm 110% support of about getting reparations. However, there has to be just like a right way of doing reparations, which will enable and empower, you know, black people of this country to like not even to be their own entity without even having to no longer live under this jurisdiction or live under this system. Like build a sort of sovereignty within themselves. You know, that's how it has to be set up. And another thing too is I don't get why Tariq Nasheed is against Caribbeans when Caribbeans want reparations too. When they're in the same exact struggle, different places, but they want reparations as well. So how are you going to just have all this venomous animosity towards immigrants? And then on top of that, your films have came from immigrant lands in terms of your material. You know, I lightweight enjoyed the film 1804 about Haiti. I lightweight enjoyed that. You know, I thought there was some good information in that film. You know, I watched a little bit of the Hidden Colors. I think I've seen 2 of them. But in that film, you know, I'm just gonna be real, there's some misinformation in there. You know, I'm not trying to like hate on him, but there was still some eye-opening things in there, you know. I'm not gonna lie, but there was still misinformation as well. So what I'm saying is like with him, I just don't get it. You know, you have all this animosity for Caribbeans and other blacks. And what I'm wondering, this is what I'm wondering. I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know what happened. But for me, it's like you have all this animosity for, you know, black immigrants. Is it because like maybe a black immigrant woman did you wrong, or what's the problem? Like, why are you having all this like hatred towards immigrants? And I think he even have like, I don't follow Umar Johnson at all. You know, I don't follow him, but he even said something about Umar Johnson. You know, he said that Umar Johnson, that, you know, because I think Umar Johnson's grandfather is Cuban. You know, that's what I believe. I'm not quite sure. But he had the nerve to like talk foul on him. Okay, who in essence, when you look at it and line them 2 up, they both basically want the same things. So I was like, bro, man, this dude is doing too much, bro. I said, this dude is really doing too much. You know, like with all the animosity and stuff like that, I'm like, why do you have so much animosity towards black immigrants? Okay? Now, let me say something. And I want to say something about this too. Okay? Don't get it twisted. I am by no means grouping every single black person under one umbrella. I'm not doing that. But from being in America, you know, for a long time, and even recently on my Instagram page, I was called an African booty scratcher, okay? By a black American woman. You know, so I just, you know, ignored it. You know, I'm like, it's just social media. That shit don't matter. You know what I mean? But still, I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat things. There's still a tension between different groups of blacks. And it's not just Caribbeans, black Americans, Caribbeans, Africans, black Americans, Africans. It's not just that. It's groups within the same thing. You know, for example, if you're like, I've had this happen before too. You know, I fall in the category of like hardcore African because, you know, I got woolly hair, I got kinky hair, you know what I mean? So when, for example, like Ethiopians will look at me and just like automatically assume, oh, he's like this like Bantu black African. And, you know, I I don't have a need to like basically inform them of my tribe of origin or anything like that. I don't have a need to do that. But it just goes to show the contempt within groups among each other that we have for ourselves. Okay? So it's across the board, and it gets on my nerves when these things are happening. You know, so it's like, for example, I'll give a prime example. When Nip Hussle, when the late great Nip Hussle died and transitioned to the other place, you had groups of black Americans who were actually discounting his blackness, saying that Eritrea is Arab. Nip was mixed with Arab. He was Arab. He wasn't black. This, that, and the other. You actually had people who were actually playing that card. And honestly, some of these ADOS cats, and I believe Tariq Nasheed played the card with him because his daddy from Africa. And this ain't the way to do that, bro. This ain't the way to do it. We either come to this country for if you're African, I'm just gonna say something. If you are an African, or if you are a Caribbean, and you're in this country, chances are you're in this country because this country has interfered with your country, and there's no means of you being able to take care of yourself over there, or there's no resources needed for you to develop your local economy. So you have to come over here where they basically took the resources, and you have to transfer the monetary resources back to your country. Be it you buy some land, be it you build some houses, be it you do something like that. Okay, so that's the main reason why we're over here anyway. Okay, most of the time it's not by choice. Now you do have a couple of people who will come over here by choice. And I'll tell you straight up and down that Saudi Arabians come here by choice, and I don't know why, but this is their playground. That's just how it works with them. They love this place, okay? They absolutely love this place. And they use it as a playground and, do God knows what. Because I've been witness of it many times, But the thing is about Tariq Nasheed that baffles my mind is you have all this animosity for black immigrants, yet your Ogun juice comes from an African deity, okay? Or I should say an African jinn. That's a better word, jinn, spirit. So who are you to hate on African immigrants, bro? That shit make no sense to me. That shit really don't make no sense for you to do that when some of your products are coming from there. So another thing is this. All right. Not every African, continental African, not every Caribbean is indifferent to struggle, to the struggle for reparations. Some of us just don't know how to fight it. Plain and simple. Some of us don't know how to present a case to this country's government on things that have to be done. That's just the bottom line. But I just don't like this, bro. But I mean, it's not just him. It's Hebrew Israelites too. They'll call you Ham. They'll be like, oh, you're Ham. If you're a black African, they'll be like, oh, you're Ham. And it's a couple of different groups, you know what I mean? And so this is one thing too about, you know, this conscious community, this quote unquote woke community. The reason why I don't engage in it or associate myself with it is because of the simple fact that they have personal agendas that involve enriching themselves rather than the wealth being circulated overall. You know, rather than putting in people in positions to do things. That's why I don't mess with it. And I can keep on naming names of people. You know, you already know I drag one person. I don't even need to name him. You guys know who he is if you've been rocking with my channel for a while. You know, but with Tariq Nasheed doing this, you know, he's not helping the situation. So, you know, the way I look at it is he's canceled, bro. He's canceled. You know, he's revoked. You know, I really didn't study him or anything like that. But, yeah, he's revoked. Okay? Yeah, I'm not going to get into his past, you know, because the past is in the past, but still, sometimes your past can influence your future. That's all I'm going to say. But, yeah. Like, for example, just people were just trying to be as calm and cool as possible. Two callers were just trying to be calm, chill, relaxed. And he just brushed them off, talked about their facial appearances and stuff like that, asking where you from and stuff and everything like that. And you left your country and things like that. And I'm just going to say this, and I'm going to end this video on this note. America does not belong to anybody. It is a settler colony. It does not belong to the European descended people here. It does not belong to, or how should I say this? The people who have more say in the ownership of this land, I'm going to say, are the blacks who arrived here pre-Columbus, or the native people here as well. And among them, there were black tribes as well. So those are the people who have the most say-so in the ownership of this land. But as it stands right now, America is basically a settler colony. Okay, America is no different from Canada. So that's all I'm gonna say about this, man. For real. But man, y'all let me know what you think about Tariq Nasheed going hard on black immigrants. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Okay? And I'm not gonna sit here and let me get this out here. Let me put this out here, okay? For y'all to understand something. I'm not going to sit here and act like it's that black immigrants, some, not all, but some, do show contempt for black African descendants who have American nationality. I'm not going to sit here and say that there is no contempt for them among Caribbean communities and among African communities. I'm not going to say that, okay? But it's not everybody. It's certainly not me. The only time I call shit out is when a black person, regardless of where you're from, use your people to come up, like these so-called woke niggas, okay? That's the only time I call shit out, right? And unfortunately, no disrespect, it just seems like most of the woke people who are quote-unquote the woke people who are doing it fall under the category of Africans who are with this nationality, born in this settler colony. But anyhow, man, that's all I got for now. Leave your thoughts, leave your comments. Let me know what y'all think about Tariq Nasheed. Let me know if you think he's at fault. Or let me know if you think he has valid reason for going hard on immigrants who are black and just ask you, oh, where are you from? Right off rip. And judge you by your facial appearance and your hair. And saying things like, I know a nigga when I see one. And you're not one. And last but not least, it's crazy to say this, and I've had it happen before. When I was living somewhere before, there were actually two people who grouped me and the Sudanese brother as not black. And I'm like, bruh, here we are, the Sudanese brother being jet black, me being dark brown, but we're not black? Come on now, man. That's ridiculous. And it just kind of reminded me of Tariq Nasheed, man. But anyhow, man, I want to hear y'all thoughts on this. You know, Fool is signing out. Mjara.